So currently, as you all know, we have 28 states and 8 union territories, right? So in this particular chapter, we will try to understand how the states are formed, how the states can be changed, and all of that we will try to understand over here. Okay, so currently we have 28 states and 8 union territories. So this part 1 of the Indian Constitution talks about union and its territory. So this part 1 of Indian Constitution has 4 articles, Article 1 to Article 4. So from Article 1 to Article 4 deals with union and its territory. Okay, let me explain each of them, okay, one by one. So Article 1, it tells what is the name of our country and what constitutes union and what constitutes territory. Please remember three things. What is it? One, it tells us what is the name of our country. Second, what constitutes our country. When we say Union of India, what does that mean? And when we say territory of India, what does that mean? Let us see what does it say. Article 1 says India, that is Bharat. That means what is the name of our country? India or Bharat. So there was a confusion, or rather there was a debate. What shall we name our country? Shall we name it India? Okay, or shall we use the traditional term Bharat? So finally we settled we'll call it both. Okay, so India, that is Bharat. Is that okay, all of you? So that's the name of our country. Shall be the union of states and territory of India. So when we say Union of India, it includes, when we say, please remember this, when we say Union of India, it constitutes only the states. So India shall be a union of states. And territory of India consists of territory. So when we say Indian territory, that includes the states, the union territories, plus acquired territory. So the union territories, the acquired territories as listed. So territory includes states, union territories, and acquired territories. So I hope you understood the difference. I'll explain to you why. So on one hand, what is union? Union includes only the states. What is territory? Territory includes states, union territories, and any acquired territory. Why only states are included under union? Because only the states enjoy federal relationship with the center. That is why only states are part of the union. When we say Indian Union, what does it include? Only the states. Why only the states? Because the states enjoy federal relationship. I explained to you what is federalism. Division of power. So this division of power is present only between the center and the states, because union territory comes directly under the control of center. They don't have separate power. They come under the control of the center. So they don't enjoy federal relationship. Further, if you look at this, we call ourselves union of state and not federation of state. We don't call ourselves federation of states, because to give importance that union center is important, or the country is important, not the states. In US, if you read, it will say United States is a federation of states, because United States came into existence when the states decided to come together. In India, it's not the case. Here the states were divided from the union for better admin, or states were created from the union. We want to emphasize on that, saying that state is not permanent. State is not important. What is important is our country. Okay, unity of our country. State does not have the liberty to go away from our country. They cannot secede from our country. Whereas in US, that provision is there. In India, the state cannot secede because there is nothing called as federation of states. State is actually not that important. It is the country's unity which is important. To emphasize that point, in the constitution, we have not used the word federation of state. We have used the word union of state. Then territory of India includes states, union territory and acquired. Now what is this acquired territory? So India is a sovereign country. Being a sovereign country, we can acquire territories. I told you we had acquired Goa. It was not part of India. So Goa, once it was acquired, it became acquired territory. Then it was given a union territory status. Then it was given a full statehood. All that is not important. But what you need to understand, tomorrow we go and acquire a territory. Okay. Which article deals with it? Article 1. Is that okay, guys? So India and Bharat shall be the union of its states, and the territory of India is composed of union territories, states, and any acquired territory. As listed in schedule, which schedule? Schedule 1. Remember, I told you there are 12 schedules. In that, the first schedule talks about the names, the territory of states and union territory. So from this article 1, what can you conclude now? The name of our country. What is it? India or Bharat. We can conclude we have used the word union of state and not federation of states. Why we have used the union of state? Because to emphasize that state cannot go away from our country, secede from our country. Then when we use the word union, what does that mean? It means the states. When we use the territory of India, when we say union of India, it means the states. Why only states are included? Because states enjoy federal relationship with the center. Okay, when we say territory of India, it includes the states, the union territories and acquired territories. Now, Article 2 and Article 3 are important. They deal with formation of states. Article 2 talks about formation of new states which is not part of the union. Whereas Article 3 talks about changes in the existing state. Are you able to understand? So Article 2 deals with formation of entirely new state which is not part of the union. Okay. So when I said union, okay, when I said union, what does it include? It includes states. Okay. So the territory includes states, union territory and acquired territory. Now let's say union territory, we'll take an example of Jammu and Kashmir. It's a union territory. So is it part of union? It is not part of union. So tomorrow, if the government decides, let's make Jammu and Kashmir into a state. This is the meaning of new state which is not part of union. Which article deals with this? Article 2. Now, tomorrow, if the government decides, let's take an example of Karnataka. If tomorrow, let's say the government decides to divide Karnataka into North Karnataka and South Karnataka. Under which article it is done? It is done under Article 3. So Article 3 deals with formation of new states within the union. You understood? Article 3 deals with formation of states within the union. Changing the names, changing the boundaries, merging the states, splitting the states, which is already part of the union, is done under Article 3. Formation of entirely new state, which is not part of union, is done under Article 2. Is that okay, guys? So tomorrow, if union territory has to be made into a state, it is done under Article 2. What if tomorrow Karnataka, they want to make it into a union territory? Then under Article 3. So Article 3, any changes to the states which is already part of the union is done under Article 3. So reducing the states, changing the states, its boundaries, everything is done under Article 3. Is that okay? Who has the power to make changes? It is the Parliament. So Article 2 and Article 3, it grants power to whom? To the Parliament. Let's see what is that power. So Article 2 grants two types of power to the Parliament. What is that? Power to admit into Union of India new states, meaning those which are not part of the Union, admitting it, or the power to establish new states. So recent changes that were done, like Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, being converted from a state to a union territory were done under Article 3. Telangana being created from Andhra Pradesh, that was done under Article 3. Is that okay? Right. So Article 3 authorizes the Parliament to do what? Formation of new states, which is already part of union, meaning by separating the territory of any existing state, or by uniting two or more states or parts of the state, uniting any territory to a part of a state. Look at this. Separation of territory, like how Telangana was separated from Andhra Pradesh. Uniting two or more states, merging them to form a bigger states. Okay. Like for example, when Karnataka was formed, there was before Karnataka, it was Mysore state. Mysore state was merged with some parts of Hyderabad, Karnataka, some parts of Tamil Nadu, some parts of Maharashtra, and made into Karnataka. So that was also done under Article 3. So uniting two or more states or parts of the state, or uniting any territory with any part of. So if tomorrow Ladakh is merged with Uttarakhand, it can also be done under Article 3. Is that understood? So any changes to the existing system is done under Article 3. Tomorrow let's say we acquire Pakistan and we want to make it into a new state. Under which article? Article 2. Is that okay? Like that. So new state which is not part of union, that is Article 2. New state part of union, Article 3. So don't get confused. I've seen students get confused. So this is what it is, right? Then increasing area of any state, diminishing the area of any state, diminishing and completely destroying also. Like how Jammu and Kashmir was a state, is not no more a state. So reducing the area can be nullifying the state in itself. Okay. Then alter the boundaries, alter the name. So if the name of Karnataka has to be changed, like Orissa had to be changed to Odisha. So like that, any changes would require Parliament to use Article 3 to do it. Same way, changing boundary, all of this. So I told you Article 2 and 3 deals with formation, creation of new state and all of that. So what is the procedure? So first one is the president has to make a recommendation. Like let's say, take a scenario. Now Karnataka has to be divided into two states, let's say, okay, into North Karnataka and South Karnataka. How can it be done? Or when Telangana was created, how was it done? What is the first step? President will make recommendation for a bill to be introduced in the Parliament. Who will introduce this bill? It is the Home Minister, because he is responsible for that. Okay, Home Minister will introduce a bill, okay, to divide the state or rename the state or whatever. Okay, so a bill has to be introduced by the president, or on the recommendation of the president, a bill will be introduced in the Parliament. Then second is the bill will be sent to the states. The bill will be sent to the states. If it is involving the states, the concerned states, it will be sent to the concerned states. It is not mandatory, but usually when the state is involved, it will be sent. Two, for their opinion, but it is not binding. They will give their opinion. Yes, we agree with you. No, we don't agree with you. Whatever it is not binding. The president will send the bill and tell you have to send it back in so many days. The bill will be discussed in the state legislative assembly. They will give their opinion. The opinion is not binding on the president. Okay, next. The bill will be considered in the parliament. So the parliament will have to pass the bill. Pass the bill with simple majority. Okay. When the bill is passed by simple majority and gets the assent of the president, fourth, assent of the president, the necessary changes is considered to be done. So this is nothing but actually change in the constitution, because you are changing schedule 1, all that changes is being done. But remember, when we discussed the feature of Indian constitution, I told you some requires special majority, while there are some which can be amended through simple majority. One example is this. This is change in the constitution, but it can be done by simple majority outside the scope of Article 368. Recollect what I told you. Yes, constitution can be amended through Article 368. But then there are certain provisions of the constitution, I told you, which can be amended through simple majority outside the scope of Article 368. So this is one example how constitution is changed outside the scope of Article 368. Is that okay? Understood? This is the procedure for Article 2 and Article 3. But giving away territory does not come under this. For giving away territory, you require constitutional amendment. Okay. Similarly to this Berubari Union case. So this Berubari Union case, the territory was given away through 9th Constitutional Amendment Act. Similarly, there was this issue of Indo-Bangladesh boundary dispute. Okay. Or there was an issue with respect to exchange of enclaves. So what are enclaves? Enclaves are foreign territory, or rather territory surrounded by foreign territory. I'll repeat again. Let's say enclave means you have a small Indian territory which is surrounded by Bangladesh. So Indian territory surrounded by Bangladesh. So those are enclaves. So these were to do with exchange of enclaves. Okay, I'll repeat again. So what are enclaves? You have Indian territories surrounded by Bangladesh, meaning we had small islands of Indian territory within Bangladesh. Similarly, there were Bangladesh islands in Indian territory. So there was 111 enclaves of enclaves of India in Bangladesh. India had 111 enclaves in Bangladesh. If you look at this, Bangladesh and India, in the boundaries over here, by mistake, some of Indian territories was in Bangladesh and some of Bangladesh territory was in India. Is that okay? Similarly, Bangladesh had 51 enclaves in India. So almost 17,000 acres of land of India was in Bangladesh. Similarly, 7,000 acres of Bangladesh territory was in India. Is that okay? Now, what is the problem? The problem is the people living in these enclaves. The people living in these enclaves. They, they are living in Bangladesh, but they belong to India. Same way, people living in Bangladeshi enclaves in India were Bangladeshi, but they were living in India, surrounded by India. So they did not have basic rights or they could not get basic welfare because they belong to some other country but living in our country. You understood? And it was very difficult for administration. Many law and order problem used to be there because India could not enter into those territory. So lot of problems, smugglers, etc. used to go there. People living there, they were denied basic right like voting. All that was denied. So this was acknowledged. Okay, it was acknowledged in 1974 after Bangladesh, 1976 itself, after Bangladesh was liberated. Then only we recognize this problem. Then only the Prime Minister of India and the Prime Minister of Bangladesh signed an agreement saying that we'll exchange the enclaves. Okay, whatever Bangladesh enclaves is in India will be given to India, and whatever enclaves is Indian enclaves is in Bangladesh will be given to Bangladesh, and the people will be absorbed into Bangladesh or India respectively. Who has the power to give away territory in India? Parliament. See, again, President, Parliament. Yes, Parliament has the power to give away territory. What? How can they give away territory? By Article 368, by amending the Constitution. Are you understanding? So, once this agreement, so look at the history over here. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and Sheikh Mujibur Rahman of Bangladesh tried to resolve this issue in 1974 by signing an agreement called as Land Boundary Agreement, LBA. By signing a Land Boundary Agreement, in this agreement, the agreement was India will give away its enclaves in Bangladesh and Bangladesh will give away its enclaves in India. Okay, so this was approved by Bangladesh Parliament, but in India, even after 1974 up to 2015, Parliament did not take decisions because there was lot of dispute, a lot of resistance from the states. So the bordering states, especially West Bengal, said no, we won't give, we are losing so much territory, we will not approve it. And the government was dependent, coalition government. So Didi used to say, no, I won't sign. Why should I sign? Or otherwise I will remove, I will not support the government. So it took almost how many years? 40 years to sign this or get the approval from Parliament. So once Modi government came to power, it enjoyed majority in the Parliament. It amended the Constitution. Which amendment? 100th Constitutional Amendment Act. What is this 100th Constitutional Amendment Act? The territory of India in Bangladesh was given to Bangladesh. Is that okay? So thereby, this boundary dispute between India and Bangladesh was resolved. Is that okay? So the people living in these enclaves were given a choice. You can stay in the territory or you can come back to India. So let's say Indian enclave was in Bangladesh. So the people living in those enclaves were given a choice. You can remain in Bangladesh, become a Bangladeshi citizen, or we will give you the same amount of land in India. You can come back, become an Indian citizen. So there was a mutual agreement between India and Bangladesh. Okay, all of you appreciate this? Okay, so this is another example whereby the territory was given away by India. Berubari Union, we gave away territory. Bangladesh boundary agreement, we gave away territory. How did we give away this territory? Under Article 368. Because in Berubari Union case, the Supreme Court said that only the Parliament, through amending the Constitution, can give away its territory. Is that okay, guys? See, that's what clarity is required. Story context is required for you to better understand a particular topic. So to conclude, we can understand to make any changes within India to the states, creation of new state, all of that can be done by Article 2 and Article 3. To give away territory to a foreign country, it can be done only by Article 368, that is amending the Constitution. Both these powers are with the Parliament alone. Parliament alone has the power to make such a decision. Not the President, not the Prime Minister, not the Chief Minister, nobody. It is the Parliament which has been given the power to do this. Is that okay?